Alright. How's it going, y'all? I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, fantastic night, whatever it may be for y'all. It has been a busy last couple days for me, to say the least. I've had to sadly move back some streams. Like this one was originally supposed to be on Monday. Was gonna have deadlock at least on the funny purple site yesterday, but some stuff is like, you know, some stuff's been going on. Been a bit busy, but it's all good now. I'm finally back with more, I think the last Phoenix Wright games. I know the Ace Attorney trilogy has like Apollo, Justice, and stuff like that after. I don't know how much of the Phoenix Wright stuff is left, but at least the last of this trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. It's been a long time coming. It's been, I think I started this like probably this. I want to say probably 2 or 3 months ago is when I started the series, because I took a month break between the first one and Justice for All. And I forgot exactly how many streams it took for both. I think Justice for All took like 5. And I think the first one took like 6-ish. But either way, it's time for us to get right into it. Go ahead, hit play this game. I don't know why episodes still up. Does it just let me choose the episodes if I were to not matter? I'm hoping that also the new position looks fine, because I think when I streamed the last Ace Attorney, I was kind of more centered, and so I blocked some of the text. I don't know how much stuff I am going to block out being put in my camera exactly where it's at, but hopefully it's enough to where the text is still fully legible. Let's go ahead, play this game. I think it's already peak. I think this game's already peak. I really hope I get to see Von Karma like soon. But that's what I'm wishing for. Huh. How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? I asked myself that question multiple times. I mean, I like the chiptune. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Oh, my controller just vibrated. Like, I guess... Yeah, he did it. He's guilty. We got... It wasn't me. I didn't... Why do you have... What's up with your shirt? I didn't do it. I mean, who else could it be? You did it? Just like the first case. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. Wait. Like, second trial involving, like, Mia, like, back when we were under Mia Fey, or second trial for the Mia Fey case? I guess I'll find out. Whoa, it's finally... Wait, am I playing as Mia? I thought this was a Phoenix Wright game. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. Mia, please calm yourself down. You're gonna get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. Why? Just because you can't be nervous in court anymore? You're not allowed to be nervous? Oh, let me just do this, just so I could, like, see. Yeah, I don't think I'm blocking anything, and so... who is... Oh, yeah, Phoenix Wright. I don't... His shirt, we need to talk about his shirt. Because I knew, like, the hair was like Phoenix. I just couldn't imagine Phoenix now wearing that shirt. So it makes sense if we went back. Like, if we went back in time, you know, just blast to the past. What are you talking about? I'm relaxed. I'm calm. Look at me. I'm very calm. I'm extremely calm. Look, I'm relaxed. Let go of my lap. What's a lapple? I don't... it sounds like something that I don't want to look up. Like, it sounds like one of those things that sounds inauspicious, but, like, is actually something completely different. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just, I'm so nervous. It's your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? You went from, Or from AAA to the majors. Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. Well, with your earnest request last night. Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What, and you already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have. I think. Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see, the poor young man in the pink sweater over there, that's our client. I really think that outfit should get him arrested. It just doesn't fit Phoenix at all. I just want to know what the P even stands for. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's right. Like, the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. How do they screw that up? It's just right. It's not... I guess that might be... like some... like, the way the Japanese symbols for his name are written or something is very close to it. That's all I could think of, because how can you confuse right and rye? My duck says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to other, he says. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new with this lawyer thing. Good news for you, Mia. Like, I'm the player in control right now. I have 2 games of experience from the future. I could also help you avoid getting murdered. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. And that's the real tutorial trial, is we're gonna go back another year. That trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm gonna win. For my client, and for myself. I mean, I like that confidence. You're not showing it with, like, your actions, but I do appreciate the confidence. Is it gonna be... okay, good, it's the same judge residing. Let's go. Oh, we got... I think this music's new. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. It's so peak. It's so peak. Oh. No, it's Payne. Like, he... I was gonna say he has more hair, not a full set of hair, but he has hair. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of emergency. Was that him standing? Oh, is he clipping through the desk, like the desk background art? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Well, we know who he got that from, at least. Just the whole, like, desk slamming stuff. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement? Well, well, well. I do not like the way... that looks so wrong. Why... why... Don't do that in front of me, please. I feel like that's some indecency laws, like what you're doing right there. Can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon. Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. You know, technically, I guess an Ivy school, Ivy University. I don't know if it's classified as an Ivy school, but it is an Ivy school. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a 4th-year student studying pharmacology? Yeah, pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Did he just get shocked? Like, did the wire just break and he get shocked and die? Is that what happened? No, that's what it looked like what happened. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body, and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police. As so, makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. Court accepts this photo and the record as evidence. Crime photo 1. By the way, can't quite tell the cause of death from the photo. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is, this victim died a rather unusual death. Unusual? You probably should know the death cause, Mia. Like, you probably should have studied it. I'm not going to spoil myself by looking at the court record before it's told to us. Because I'm actually curious if it does say he was electrocuted or not. But you should always know. What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense will have to answer this question, huh? So a question that might loosen you up a bit. I'm a gentleman, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Perfect opportunity. What was it? The cause go on? Please say no, at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Why did I say my file? My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here, the details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? I can see that by pressing RB. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Oh, we're going into, bullet trials. We're gonna go full dang and romping now. We're gonna get troop bullets. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Court record. I should take a look. What was the cause of death? Well, fatal electric shock. Okay, so I was right based on this crime photo. There wasn't. So how can that be a murder? It looks like it was an accident then. How did he cut the? How would he cut the wire? According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? The answer to that will become crystal clearer as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. Before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? Whoopsies. I'm terribly sorry. You're a defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight. This dude's an ass. He hasn't won a single case. We're 2-0 against him, and he kind of got... He gets one date. Everyone else takes multiple days. Some of them take the entire 3 days. He gets multiple... He doesn't even... I forget. In the second game, did he even have 2 parts to his case, or was he just one-parted? I don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. He fails at that... honestly, every time. We had amnesia in the second game and won. Like, we didn't remember anything, who we are. Like, we didn't remember who we were, and we still bested him. Like, that's how bad he is. Cheer from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? This time I'd like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, then shove it in old Graybeard's face. Into old Graybeard's face. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. Tie between profiles and evidence. Okay, so yeah, we just did the profiles from the second game back. What was the cause of the bad blood? Probably... Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. I mean, by inference, probably just Dahlia Hawthorne. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. I do like her hairstyle. She also kind of looks like a, Actually, I was going to say I think she looked like... Because I don't think it has the same hair, kind of like the Pixie from the SMT games. But I could be wrong. I think it's just the face that I'm seeing with that. Dahlia Hawthorne, was it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. The woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Now, we know they at least don't stay together because we don't ever hear or see of her in the past 2 games. So, I wonder if this case is what did her in. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. Well, then call her to the witness stand. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye, it's fine. After all, he's innocent, right? I don't have an objection to that. Very well. Court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Never thought he'd be the one, like, behind there. I guess everyone needs their chance. Like, Maya's been there a couple times. Well, I don't think she's been on the witness stand, like, herself. Then, you know, we had Edgeworth was over there. I never thought it'd be, like, us as Phoenix. Oh, yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No. It means what you did before you were arrested. Oh, I was a university student. I understand that you're suspecting the death of your fellow student, Doug, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you. The defendant, please refrain from passing his code to the rest of us. Yeah, word so simple, Judge. Word so simple. Seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Well, so what? Is Phoenix gonna go up there and start lying? We need to prove your innocence, so... I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I already knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. There was no reason to, like... I mean, he's already dead. I don't gotta be insulting him like that. I see, so you hardly knew the victim? Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. It looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? Seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he's your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. Isn't it in our best interest to not say our client is lying, though, right now? Not press him? I feel like this goes against my job here. Because I'm supposed to say he's innocent, so I have to be assuming that he's telling the truth. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie, a contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fay. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? But what would his lie be about? I guess their relation? I admit I was there. I guess let me look at something. The victim for your student. Alright. I guess I'll just press on everything and see if, you know, go back to the old method. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Jeez, I feel bad for him. Like, if the cold is that bad and he has court at the same time, what are we doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We're bumping each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? I'm not a killer. All I did was find... We saw that you had a conversation with him, though. Like, we saw in our little, you know, That's So Raven type of vision. Like, we saw you talk to him. You say you found the body, but who called the police? Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. I mean, they witnessed that, but... Yeah, he was standing there next to the body and... yeah, he was shocked. Like, I don't think he would be as... well, he'd be shocked because he was saying, like... if it was... kind of in the moment, but I still feel like he wouldn't be in shock in the moment because he kind of snapped, I feel like, if you even do that in the moment. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that when I was pretty shocked when I found the body, but I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no, that is, I mean, so, which is it? Did you know him or not? Now, see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before? Already used to date Dolly. Who's this Dolly person? That'd be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. Never even touched that stuck-up British wannabe. I don't even know if we had... yeah, we have no... yeah, we have no evidence that would show that he didn't talk. So I guess continue pressing. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? I never thought I'd see, like, Mia being the one doing the whole, like, Phoenix pointing thing. Achoo. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? He loved the Beatles. Very, very well. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. How... I don't know, does that prove anything here? Did you see it at the crime scene, the Union Jack? I mean, yes, that's right, I saw it at the crime scene, that's why I figured you must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. It's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor. Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow? Judge, like, you seem like one of the chillest dudes in this entire series. You seem like a cool guy that maybe to hang out with, be friends with. You get the right ruling in the end, but you're somehow bad 1,000 yet are not that good. It makes me very conflicted. Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insights astound me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this? Just now, Mia, there's a contradiction here. Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Check the court record carefully. Do you think you can manage on my own? I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. We're gonna state a contradiction. Make sure you present some definitive proof. Alright. So, if that... Let's go over here. Oh, does he have that in the photo? He does not.
Objection!
He does not. It's under his jacket, so unless he took it off, took off the jacket and saw it and put it back on, which would be very weird to do and also make him more suspicious. You shouldn't know that in the first place. Yeah, I'm sure it was right there on his back, Miss Fay. Is there some point in this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that he accidentally came across the body, but if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea what he was wearing underneath the jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me, which is kind of messed up considering the fact that I'm your lawyer. Please forgive me. And you just, don't tell Maya that he was breaking down in court. Same thing with, same thing, don't tell Von Karma either that we were crying in court. You're a client crier, let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but was the medicine that you took over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know that I'm a big... Why are you a big fan of like... Okay, never mind. I didn't know... I just didn't know Phoenix Wright was addicted to drugs like that. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. Does this... I mean, it probably does. It's probably found on the scene of the crime if he's bringing it up. Mr. Wright, should I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor? Let me take a look at another photo from the crime scene. In the victim's hands, it's Cold Killer X. That's the reason Phoenix did it, is because he took his drugs. Yes, but even I got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? I will say it's just great to see Mia again. Like, even though I only got to really see her alive for probably about 30 minutes, still really nice to see. Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up a bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. In purpose of doing so, you give him so much credit if he did that just to identify the killers, Phoenix Wright. Like, that is... You're giving people, like, wait, especially because he was electrocuted. And that's instantaneous. Actually, did they even say it was instantaneous? No, but... Order. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Court will accept them into the record. Code Killer X added to the court record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes. It ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? Yeah, the wire fell. He got shot to death right in front of me as he was trying to take my drugs. This is really bad. Oh, my... Your butt hurts? Is it now really the time to tell me your butt hurts, Mr. Grossberg? My poor hemorrhoids. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacy department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle a bit around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony he gave previously. Yeah, he's a liar. I'm surprised he was illegally able to get, like, a law license considering he has committed perjury. Given this is a kangaroo court. And so I guess it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid he wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. What really happened? I guess let me go look at the photo real quick. The wristwatch, I mean, it stopped, it looks like, a bit after 3. The wristwatch looks like it stopped at 3:05. And so... I'll keep pressing, but that... Yeah, it says time of... It says at 3 p.m., but the watch does not match the 3 p.m. thing. Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is... It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. I didn't know Mia. I didn't know Mia didn't like talking about young love. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles. I see. Alright, so we're going to meet at 2:45. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, you were both there right on time. So the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. If he needed something, he had it. He's a backstreet dealer, is what I'm hearing. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. How fantastic. How fascinating. I don't know why I read that as fantastic. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. I should ask him for some more details. Probably about... I kind of want to know about the timing of the meeting more. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah. Those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Actually, he's right about the time anyway. Alright, and so let me go press him at the other thing. Yeah, and so just skip through all this. And then I'm going to ask him about the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us more about the pharmacology department. Well, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said that the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are always high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah. There were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof, so it sounds like just one of them fell and hit him. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, keep pressing. So, what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out. No, the truth, man. Tell me the truth. Hang out again sometime. I wish that were true. Alright, so then you went back, you found a wine there, so you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why'd you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why'd you go back there? I thought maybe we can make up. That's you, it's you. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. Are you buying it, even Mia? Alright, so let's ask about Cold Killer X. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Okay, so now now the suspicious part is when you got your cold. Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. Guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? Suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. I lost my bottle around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Why'd you punch me in the jaw? I just feel like hurting someone. Yeah, she does not. I mean, Mia, I could help you with your problem. Oh, I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. Not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. I mean, he did already lie. What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there's one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out. Yeah, considering it looks like, how would he have pulled this off? Like, that just looks like an accident, to be honest. Like, just a very unfortunate, wrong place, wrong time type of thing. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, it's in the photo. Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swall killed? Like, it's somehow established how it was done. Maybe I could still come out of this mess. I can't establish a murder method. Your Honor? Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgotten about it. How do you forget that you need evidence in court? This entire law firm that you ran, like, with yourself, and now, like, soon after, Phoenix, where Phoenix didn't even know what cross-examination was. He didn't even know. He had to be asked about who are you defending? Who's the name of the person you're defending? Like, how do these people get their law license? Let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Probably in this photo. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? Yeah, I feel like this photo... What do you mean there's nothing that... Like, murder weapon, yes. Cause of death, also yes. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where... I mean, probably the gigantic shock that's on his back. Well, naturally, it's right here. What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage, and because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable. Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. I felt like that was obvious in the photo. And unless Phoenix somehow cut it and perfectly timed it, I don't think he's the murderer. I think it just was an accident, sadly. Like, sadly in terms of, you know, an unfortunate accident, not sadly that it wasn't a murder. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about all this? I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may have been, indeed, have been the high voltage cable. However, what do you think about what that really implies? The only one who had opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. But the thing is that you're assuming that's a murder weapon. You're assuming that a death equals murder, and that it could have snapped. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? It's fingerprints. Fingerprints? I mean, the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. As you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it was quite clear imprinted on the chest area of the victim. They might have had an argument beforehand, but that does not mean that he went up and cut the cable saying, hey, stay right there while I go cut these electrical cables. Like, is that what we're saying right now? Palm print in the defendant's very own hand. You can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder. He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. It probably wasn't severed when they fought, because it would be... Why would there just be a severed... Like, it's not... Hold up, let me look. Like, it's just in the middle of the walking path. Like, that is... They would not, like, have that for more than a couple of minutes. Like, the moment it's found out, no one would go near it, because it's just instantaneous death. Like, if they do that... Like, I could see how this dude has lost every court case I've been involved with on this, because he's... this is open shut. He couldn't even tell what the murder weapon was just based on that photo. Then we can quit. There's no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us. We're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. You're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince Mia of this man's guilt. Your Honor. This time I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. I'm about to say, you better object to that, because, like, this entire... Mr. Payne, the picture he's painting is dumb. I'm going to be honest. It's dumb. I do have some... Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. You don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't just say it. If I told you what happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. Right, it can't go worse for you. He's about to say guilty anyway. Like, he's about to give you a guilty verdict. There's nothing more... Yeah, if the testimony proves you're guilty, nothing changed. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you. I'll represent you to the very end. This is what snapped about to become a lawyer. I've already established the defense's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute, Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further. I did it. What? I mean, I pushed him. It's my fault. Oh, it just went right past it. That girl, you shouldn't see... Oh, did he, like, push him the moment the cable snapped? Like, and it was just unfortunate timing? And that wouldn't be... I mean, that wouldn't be murder either. That would just be, again, just a very unfortunate accident. There's something you need to know about that girl. Is she also a killer? They're made for each other. Don't talk about her like that. But the thing is, if he shoved him and he landed on his back, how is he now on his stomach in that photo? That's the real question, because that doesn't add up. What you just said, was that the truth? I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. You'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. Okay, this is... It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Like, that is so... Like, don't... Listen. I don't know what the original line was in, like, the Japanese version of the game. I don't know if it was a dated reference, like, already in the Japanese... Like, don't put... If you're... don't put dated references in your, like, translations, please. How many people, if they were to play this for the first time now, would even know what the... Like... The only reason I remember it is just because I was around, for it. Like, I was on the internet when it was going off, whenever Filthy Frank was doing it. Like, whenever he's the reason it blew up and whatnot. But my thing is kind of like, it's so dated. Like, this, it would be, like, for me, I forgot all about it until they said it here. Like, I forgot it happened until he said Harlem Shake. Don't put dated references in your games. Come on now. Like, when, especially when translating it over, because part of me really doubts that the original had also a dated reference like that. Come on. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. That moment I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried, so I went back, but he was lying there dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from shock, and that, as they say, is that. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you could not miss it, especially when you know about the cables for the pharmacology department and how dangerous and high voltage they are. You would stay the hell away from it if you just saw, like, just cables all laying, like, just down on the, you're down on the ground and everything, like, just easily able to go and touch it. Like, no, Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Like, look at Phoenix. He was locked in there for a second. When I pushed the victim, I guess, what was he saying? So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things. Said that she was a bad girl. Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't be more specific. You had to say it like that. Is that all? Yep. Well, you heard him yourself. Not doing yourself any favors here. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. Wait, here he is landing on his back. Give him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when he did that, there were no severed cables anywhere to be seen. Right, there was nothing like that at all. But is it possible? Something that big, I don't think you could overlook. I'm gonna be honest. Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like some cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony of witness. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. What would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like snap, you know, come to think of it. I wonder what it was. Probably the cable breaking. Sounds like he, like, maybe rolled over to push himself up and his back hit the cable. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. Ask for more details. That loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Could have been, hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Oh, and the umbrella I think was curved in the photo. Fell right on top of it and ow. Falling right on top. Oh, I just thought of that one scene. I don't know what anime it's from, but where that one girl fell down the stairs with the umbrella, and at that point, if you know, you know. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? That umbrella belonged to the victim? It was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Okay, you're not doing yourself any favor by insulting him, as... You look very suspicious here, right? Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, is there something important in that testimony just now? Well... I mean, we have proof that it was bent. I'm gonna say, of course. This new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha. How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. Yet you've never won, and you're not going to win here. Because I know he's innocent. I've seen the future. He's not in jail. Because I'm him. According to reason defense request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After... Okay, so that would be... I mean, again, I feel like it'd be this photo we could present because it's far away from him and it is bent, proving that that's just true. Why didn't you testify by the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Taking that, we'll get the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after his push by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No, is this what caused him to lose the last bit of his hair that he had? It also explains why he's, kind of antagonistic towards Phoenix. Given he seems like an antagonistic guy in general. The victim didn't move. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Owned by the victim, found broken near the electrical pole at the crime scene. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind, especially because we could see the bend there. But I know the matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. Now, Judge, this is part of why I'm conflicted on you, because you're extremely base for this. However, you're also very easily swayed. For better or for worse, you manage to be easily... You're not firm in your beliefs, for better or for worse. I mean, it looks like he's about to lose the last bit of his hair there. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Alright, so we got that. Well done, Mia. Stop doing that. That looks so gross. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. Seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness? Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be I'm not even about to pronouncing that word. It's in red. Is it bright and bold? I don't know how to pronounce that one. Who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defense's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right, she was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Did Phoenix know that? Also, we really need to talk about Phoenix's shirt still and what that I really just want to know what it means more than anything. Sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. It's fine. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I'm bluffing. Grossberg, I'm bluffing. I think it's a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm assuming this is where I get a... Okay, I thought I was going to say April 11th, 11 a.m. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. You committed perjury and you're going to jail, is what's going on, Phoenix. It's alright, at least you told us the truth in the end. Yeah. So I guess I could start to relax. No. You're still the #1 suspect and the only suspect. Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I know she will. Well, might learn why they broke up. Why do you think that, huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. Love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. She is cute. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. What do you mean a lawyer on the side? One day, she and I just bumped into each other while in the reading room downstairs. Okay, I thought you were reading in the room downstairs. That's why I thought about really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me on the day remembered as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. She gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. Certainly is a little bottle, alright? Makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Oh yeah, the entire... This just makes me feel bad for him, because I know how much it's going to be crushing soon. Dolly a present. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What? How does that make her shy? I think it means she wants her present back and she wants to break up with you. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dolly Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been August 27th, would it? Yeah, it was, but how'd you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Oh, wait. Did Dahlia kill someone? I joked about how they were... Like, they both murdered someone, and that's their entire thing, is that they're both killers, but... Oh, that's bad news. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think I understood why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Can I read the article? Okay. Very little information is being disclosed on this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria said there'd been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the... Oh. Well, looks like I might have been right about the whole, like, killer couple thing, but did not expect it to go there this soon. I need to finish this myself. I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. We all better get moving. Guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Well, for me, it was only like 5, but... Alright, to be continued. Well, time to get our first save point here. I do like this music. Save my progress. Alright, slot 3. There we go. How long has it been? It's been over a month since the last one. It's been about 2. Given, you know, February is only 28 days, so it's like, it's more like... It's been kind of a month, if you count only the days, I think. Anyway, I'm going to go grab something to drink real quick, and then we'll finish the rest of the trial. And hopefully, I don't know how long the episodes are in this game. I'm hoping to get through the entire second episode. But I at least want to get through a good, like, part of it at the very least, if they are long trials. Because like I said, I don't know how long these are. For all I know, these could all be like 6-8 hours long. And then I'll just have to do, like, try and do a trial at a time after the second one. But anyway, I will BRB for about probably just 2 to 3. And then we will finish the rest. Anyway, BRB. All right, there we go. Let me go ahead, tab back over. Pull up. There we go. Pull up chat again real quick. And it's time for us to continue the case. Now, I'm trying to think, because I thought this was just going to be, you know, a whole, like, I thought this was going to be a tutorial trial and then we jump to present day. But unless we could solve the Dahlia case here, is this just going to be like some overarching thing and this is at the intro, then we go to present day and we're now having to revisit this case or something? Because I don't think we're going to be able to solve something that big in this go-around. Well, we might. And it would also be understandable why Phoenix would never talk about Dahlia or his Dolly in any way if they both became, you know, it was a killer couple at the end of the day. Let me go ahead and I need to adjust myself real quick. There we go. Oh no, at Hobokyo again. Alright. At least it seems, I'm trying to think of a good joke there for Hobokyo. I couldn't, I'm trying to think of something, but I'm busy, like, thinking through multiple things right now, and the fact that, like, he's dating a killer. Like, I never knew Phoenix dated a murderer, and so that's kind of, that kind of has me a bit questioning things. I've been doing well. I've been pretty busy the last couple of days, and so haven't been able to like get to this as early as I wanted, because I wanted to do this on Monday. But things all chill now, and so like hopefully I can get through this, because I want to play the hell out of this like I did the last game, because like I said, Justice for All, I think I did, was it Justice for All, and I think, was it 4 or 5 streams? It was very, like, there was like 3 8-hour streams, I think there. I forget if I did the entire final case of one go or not, but I hope things been well with you. Court now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is somebody who witnessed the crime as it happened. Prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. I mean, I could see why... I could definitely see why Phoenix, you know, was love at first sight. I feel it. I get it. What's with this stiff silence? My long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses, and this one is the most deceptive. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. In your case, I must admit, you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I'm just gonna say this. I understand why Phoenix fell in love at first sight. However, knowing my tastes, that kind of convinces me more that she did actually kill them. Like, she's not, like, winning me over does not help her case, which I think is funny, and also, I don't know how much this says about me. Can't believe you actually said that. You blasted through Justice for All in 4 streams. Yeah, I had to say, because I think I did a case a day, and I just said, screw it, the last one's long, I'll do it all in one go. I forget how... I know it was at least, I think, 8 hours. I'm trying to remember if that one ended up going for 10 or not, because what is my longest archive, like, stream? Because I know, like, on Twitch, like, a while ago, I had one stream, I think, go on, like, because I played entire... I think a couple games of Civ in one go, and it lasted, I think, like 10-ish. But I wonder what the longest, like, archive one is. Let me go look. Because I can't search by length, I think, on YouTube. I don't think I can do that. Content live. Filter by... Can I not... I can't filter by length, alright. How long was the finale? Let me just go look at the video real quick. Only 4? I could have sworn I had an 8-hour one in there. Did I? Oh, I think I did 2 cases in one, and then I split the final one up into 2, like, 5-ish hour ones. I remember now. I got through that in less than a week. Start February 7th, ended February 13th. Anyway, back to you know, proving that Phoenix Wright dated a murderer. Can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be so nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them down right to size. you study the blade more than you studied law. As long as I can find with 7 hours long, which is still crazy to me. I mean, 7 hours long for me is really... If I could, I'd be doing like 7, 8 hours like at a time. Like if I just had... If I just... I have it in me to do so. It's more of just... having stuff needed to take care of, which means a lot of time I sadly can't. Like I like streaming. I like streaming also for a very long time in one go. And so, you know, I'm still trying to figure out also, what was I gonna say? I'm trying to just remember what the 1 10-hour one is. I know Shut in Order also had a very long one, but I forget if that one passed 8 hours or not. Now I'm curious again. I should be focusing on the fact that Phoenix Wright dated a killer. But now I'm curious. I don't know a bunch of my own stuff. Like I usually revisit like just a past stream like a bit after I'm done, just to see, you know, how the audio also is, you know, if there's anything I can improve, stuff like that. But I forget like the details of the thing itself. Let me go look at Shut in Order. Like, Shut in Order, yeah, that one, yeah, the finale went for almost exactly 8 hours. It was 7:54. And then a bunch of, like, the one before that was 7, then 5, yeah. Anyway, if anyone, yeah, he studied the blade instead of studying law. It makes a lot of sense, because he's never won a single case. He ain't starting now. I will bash them with my gavel. Love how they look straight at me when they say that. I gotta do my job. It's my job to cross-examine and prove that she, you know, was a killer in a completely separate case. For all I know, she did it this time too. She might just be a serial killer. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what's your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. So what do you think about the game so far? Seeing Mia again in the first place was nice. Playing as her in a case, like in the past, is also really neat. Where I'm defending Phoenix, seeing how they met and all that. I really like that. I'm curious on if we're going to solve this. Like, I'm curious if this is going to be solved here. Or if it's going to be, this is like a prologue to us having to revisit the case now a few years down the road. I'm very curious on where it's going to go, because the past 2 prologues was very isolated cases for the most part. They were very open and shut. Like this has still been a tutorial case so far. But it seems like we're handling a different case at the exact same time, and something that she was interested in, so I'm curious if that's what we're going to be going through for the rest of the episodes or not. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, you know, his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. There's a lot of not dated references, that one, because that one's kind of, you know, that one's more, I think, known than the other one. Like him saying, I could feel my stuff, like, doing the Harlem Shake. Like, that one still gets me. Yeah, they wouldn't give Phoenix a conclusion for the second time just for the sake of the tutorial. So it's nice they went with Mia. Oh, concussion. I misread that. Concussion for a second time just for the sake of the tutorial. Yeah. Like, it is really neat. I have noticed there's a lot more already kind of dated stuff in here, and how it was... I don't know if it was originally, like I said, like that in the Japanese version, or if that was translated over, but seeing that Harlem Shake on, that got to me. That one made me question, what are they doing here? Like, that one would not be so bad if they didn't have that Harlem Shake line earlier. Is there something I can help you with? Just go on, say whatever's on your mind. I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. If Feeny wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright? It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. In the Japanese version of the game, had equally outdated Japanese references. Okay, as long as they're also... I still don't like putting references directly in writing, like with stuff like this that doesn't have a set time period. and what it takes place and all that stuff. But at least it was an issue in the original as well, and not something that was like translated over. That scene, that Harlem Shake one, that hurt me a lot. Let's hear what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed. I saw him do it. I saw him kill him, but he wouldn't do it. I've been planning to go back to Phoenix Place after class was over. Fanny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That wouldn't explain the handprint on the front of, like, his chest at all. That's when Fanny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. True, but not for the reason I think you think. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it's my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth. But I would never... There's more. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me pursue my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia... What? What's this? So, you two are... acquainted? Yeah, met before... Wait, what? I'm guessing it has to do with the newspaper clipping case. I guess that was the one case that she was involved in. In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Faye. I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. So this game takes place in 2013 canonically. Well, this flashback specifically in the Harlem Shake was popular in the 2013s. That makes me... I thought Harlem Shake both feels more... Also, it feels older and more recent than it actually is, which I guess makes 2013 fit. Because that was back during the whole Filthy Frank era and whatnot. Like, back when Joji was Filthy Frank and the pink guy and stuff. I mean, yeah, in a weird way, it does work out. Like, they nailed the... I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they nailed the dates. I've been planning to go back to Phoenix Place after class was over. When in doubt, press on everything. So unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? I associate Filthy Frank with 2015 and 16 more. That's when I was watching him anyway. I barely watched Filthy Frank, to be honest. I forgot exactly when it was. I'm not good with time. Not good with dates. I don't remember specifics of anything. I just remember like early to mid 2000s him being around as like pink guy, obviously. Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, and all of them. Which, it seems like Joji, as far as I can tell, is the one that didn't not fall off is the wrong term. But I don't think anyone wants to be in iDubbbz situation and whatnot. I'm sure, like, that entire era is kind of, not era, but that time is kind of like a blankish to me on it. It just kind of blurs. I don't know the right way to describe it. My memory is not good. Like, specifics, I could somehow nail something very specific while not having any idea on what the time frame for it is. Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry. It sounds more like a midlife crisis. Joji was ultimately just a guy who wanted to make music and took advantage of his popularity to do so. I mean, I respect it. He also saw the way, like, YouTube was changing, how everything else was changing, and figured also, like, it's pretty much go out on top. Kind of like, in a weird... It's the thing that's more recent that I know of. It's kind of like what Smiling Friends is doing. They're going in on top before they could fall and become, like, an actual... like, reach it to where they're burning out. The entire show becomes something it wasn't supposed to be. That type of thing. So he just backed out. He took and just went on a different route, which I respect the hell out of. because there's no, I don't think a lot of what he did would gain popularity, and if he wasn't already a big creator, I feel like he would probably just be, like, he would not have ads on his videos at the very least. iDubbbz and the rest of the edge lord YouTubers very popular in the 2010s that ultimately could not keep up with the changing time. At least, like, what's his name? Like, something Max, I think. Like, he pivoted into other content. He's done kind of well, but, like, what's happened with iDubbbz is, that is quite a fall. Quite a change. Remaining in the art department, I have to walk through that back area. I see, that makes sense. Well, when I enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. House would you enter? Teleportation? I'm surprised you don't have a separate room for, like, judges and all that stuff to go through. Like a back door or something. Finny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. Yeah, you definitely eavesdropped. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized? Go on, what did you see next? Max Mofo, I think his name is. He just switched to Pokemon card opening, though he already had a niche in that space in the 2010s as well. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of, Max Mofo. Like, he did some other stuff, but he mostly just, like, from what I know, because I never really paid attention to, like, him at all, is he kind of just slowly stopped and just chilled out for the most part. He got all wobbly and collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Finny never did such a thing to Dougie. Repress her for no good reason. I think that's a contradiction. The fact that we have. Where is his testimony? Well, that's the umbrella. Owned by. I can't find anything that says the handprints were on the front, like the front of his jacket. I guess I'll leave it alone for now, but I'll press on everything else, but I feel like there has to be something there. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. I'm the same, where I don't remember a lot of what I say. However, when you say you can't recall sentences, that has a different meaning and a very concerning meaning. Please, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. I'm gonna go find some other students and then call the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes. They're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. We need more details on that, if they knew what was going on. Can't see how I couldn't foresee iDubbbz's fall. I was big in this content back in 2017, and we used to actually do content cops, which he deleted off the channel. His bad unboxing series. I'm surprised he deleted all the content cop stuff. How should I word this right? Like, I get not liking that entire thing you did, like, because he might see it as bullying from his point of view and all that stuff. So if you're privating it for that reason, I get it. But it seems like he didn't really change in how he treats people. It just seems more like it was a for show thing. I don't really like. The only thing I know about iDubbbz now, because I watched a couple of the content cops when they came out back in the day. But for the most part, all I know about him now is the whole like stuff going on with his like girlfriend, and then that one, like, how he didn't allow one of the content creators to go into that one boxing thing that they were doing and whatnot, or something like that, or he backed. It was something like that, something involved in that. I don't really like paying attention to internet drama the most. It's just I keep seeing clips every now and then of just what a fall from grace. Just what a fall from grace. It was a for show thing. Yeah, that's about what I figured. But how could the other students have known what's going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. We finally killed Doug. Says okay, I'm gonna get more info about the students. So the students called the police. Yeah, so I was just so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. She's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. That's gotta be it. Way to go. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find a contradiction on this one. So, him getting all... The victim just collapsed on his own. In other words, the defendant never touched him. Let me... Because, let's see, because I'm still suspicious about this being 315. And why does he have the medicine in the first place? That newspaper article I don't think has anything. The broken umbrella, the testimony, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. If we want to assume that she's telling the truth that he became all wobbly and fell over, the only thing I can think of is he took one of these cold killer X pills and fainted. And Wright tried to grab a hold of him, but I don't know how that's going to go. I guess I'll go with that. When in 2019, I wanted to revisit his bad boxing video series, and not going to lie, I felt nothing more, so I was kind of cringing at it. That's because his content is tailored towards edgy teens, and in 2019, I wasn't an edgelord anymore. Yeah, like, I feel like there's a place for stuff like that in terms of, like, it has its niche, but it's definitely... It's kind of like making, like... I mean, I would say making a kid's cartoon, but there's some people that are very, like, into Bluey that are definitely shouldn't be. Like, it's one of those things. It's definitely a target demographic thing like that. Because there's some things I just can't rewatch just because not really... I was interested at the time, not so much anymore. I liked it back then, but it doesn't click with me now. Feeble eyes are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? Oh, and never. Miss Fay, I'll not lie to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is her. She has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job. Like I said, iDubbbz failed to move at times, and if it wasn't for all the other stuff he's known for, he would just continue his existence as simply a relic of its time. Honestly, I feel like it would have been better for him to just been known as a relic of its time, like of his time, versus what he is like known as now. Like he should have just become a relic, or at least just do anything besides what he, like where he's gone. The defendant's palm print was okay. So when it said show a contradiction, it didn't really mean I had to find evidence for it. It was just going to do it for me. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try and cover for the defendant. It would be much better if he came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. It's crazy to think that the new generation of internet dwellers are going to know iDubbbz for what he did recently and not what he did. I mean, he did that to himself, and at this point, that's kind of... I don't even think of the whole stuff with, like, back in the day. I don't think of really that anymore. I don't think of the content cops. That's all I even think about, and I was around for it. Like, it's just... It is... You know how disheartened I feel when I have to explain to people who Filthy Frank is? Oh yeah, a bunch of... Especially if they're a huge Joji fan. And going back and showing him a bunch of... Like, if you show him a bunch of the old Filthy Frank stuff and what he was doing before Joji and all that. Because we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment. Well, I'm gonna press on this. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that is right. It did... Okay, so I think I already pressed her on that. So... I didn't see the moment he pushed. Why... So obviously there's something here that I think I need to find the contradiction in. I just don't know exactly what. I didn't see the exact moment he pushed Dougie. Because he obviously died after 3, I think. Because it says 3:15 on his watch. Found broken, the umbrella. I think there's a contradiction. I didn't hear anything unusual here. Would this be the testimony?
Objection!
Alright, there we go. So you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. I mean, it was raining a bit. I don't know how heavy the rain was, but... It also, we don't know how far away she was, how loud the crack really was, but... That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. Now, I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he coolly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? I do like a bunch of the new music for this, not gonna lie. Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. Okay, if she heard it, she probably would. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it's a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. I have a moment to answer. By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on. I was listening to music at the time. What type of music does she listen to? I hope she's an All-American Rejects fan. You mean both of your ears were covered? The rain was beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet, so the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. I mean, I kind of relate. I'm still not the biggest fan of the sound of thunder, but for a long time, I definitely hated it. I'm still not the biggest fan. But mainly because try to remember how old I would have been. Like I think like around 2 or 3, like I saw like a lightning bolt hit like probably 20 feet in front of me. And so like ever since then it's kind of been like that. What do you think a stuck-up literary student listens to? A stuck-up one? Probably classical music. To be honest, if they're stuck up and a literature student, they're probably thinking that have more refined taste and that they're high. They think they're higher than the popular music or just even other music. I don't think I haven't gotten a stuck up vibe from her, so I think she's more of some normal-ish music. But classical music is definitely what I think a stuck up literary student listens to. I feel like. I'm not talking like Mozart or Beethoven. Like they're listening to like composers that no one's really ever heard of, that their only recording is some lost public domain archive only held by a library in a country that's like pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Like it got split up into like 4 different ones. As you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a second, that testimony just now, she said something that could totally change this case. I think there was lightning. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness' testimony. What do you mean? They noticed she said there was lightning, correct? What about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right? Now isn't the time for a science lesson. But Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I thought we already established that it was... I thought it was this. Was that just coincidence that lightning just tore right through the cable? And he just got struck by lightning? I already said it was an unfortunate accident, but even more so, that's even more unfortunate. Alice in the Young Beethoven. The funny thing is I can't even tell if that's a real name or not, because there's so many different ones that's like, I feel like I've heard some name like that before. Like, also, why is she cringing? Like, you should have known he got hit by a bolt of lightning. Are you trying to make Phoenix look guilty? I must admit, little Mozart. Like, well, if there is an artist named Little Mozart, he better at least have, like, piano for most of his tracks. Like, at least there. Like, anyone that uses a name like that, at least better. Just what kind of thoughts do occur in this guy, anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be on to something. Could it be the death was actually accidental? Well, wouldn't the cable collapsing still also be accidental? That doesn't change that. Like, it could have been accident. That's what I was arguing this entire time, is that was accidental. You did it, Mia. Oh. Stop doing that with your hair. I really hate how gross that. It just looks so gross. Like, please stop that. Alright, they have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. What is this evidence? This affidavit? And who's this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Want me to read out the court testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. Power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching this severed electrical cable. Still doesn't change that could have been accidental. The cable could have literally just broken. According to the students, the cable... Yeah. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Yeah, that would still be accidental. I really feel like the fact that the handprint was on his chest, which means he had to land on his back, but died on his stomach, means that he did not die from that. Did you know that Mozart loved toilet humor? He would just love poop jokes, and he used them whenever he could in conversations with friends and family, even of his musical composition. I remember hearing something like that, I think. I don't know why I thought of, my brain went to Benjamin Franklin. Just because I guess they're both, like, old guys, like, in the time I was there. But, like, I forgot who it was. Someone, I know there was a former composer that wrote jokes in, like, on his music sheets, and it might have been Mozart I'm thinking of. I believe he told his sister, shit your bed tonight slowly. That is quite a comment to make to someone, especially your sister. Shit in your bed tonight slowly. That is definitely one to make. That some of the some stories you hear about like Mozart and all that stuff are crazy. Like I know I mentioned it before, but it just reminded me of, like, again, the whole Tesla being in love with the bird type of thing. Like, if the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? I bet Mozart would have loved scat, the musical genre. Oh yeah, he would have loved Scatman John. Like, he would have been a huge Scatman John fan. Well, I suppose you could say that, Miss Faye. Do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable, Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. To come up with something to try and regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Who or what? It was broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene, so I'm gonna... part of me wants to go with this. But it could have been him. I don't have a help art, it looks like right now, so I'm gonna go with this first and then him. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor. I believe that's the only thing that has snapped is the mind. Oh, okay, that's just uncalled for. That's one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Let's hear it. Who was it? Maybe I'll go with Doug Swallow. That's why the cable snapped. Oh. Alright. Because it's who or what, which makes me think that it has to be a who. Did she do it? No? So she didn't bump into it? Like, who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I mean, it just says some sort of impact at 2:55. That doesn't change it was around 3, but... That's why the cable snapped. Okay, so it's not that either. Why is this the one that's tripping me up? I feel like... I mean, I haven't used any of these yet, but I don't feel like this would have caused it to break. Who... was it... sure, Phoenix. Why not? Police think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. He said that he pushed the victim hearing a large, sharp noise. Now, this happened around 3 p.m., correct? Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's time? In other words, it was... But that would still be... I feel like that would have been him because it hit him. That's what I was going for. Like, he got shoved and did all that. Like, this makes it sound like he... Like, I was thinking whenever I presented him, it would be like he hit the pole on his way out. Well, for him, I thought it'd be like the shove when he backed into it, but I guess we can go with that. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. It was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim went after being shoved. See that umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he got shoved in the chest, but yet died on his stomach, and so it had to be him, like, standing up and hitting it or something. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim, or he stood up and just walked into it. That's also possible. Like, he rolled over and he went to go stand up and he just, like, because the cable's right above him, so he could have just did it. The lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation, she said something that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. So, I am surprised on how long the first case is going on for, in a good way. Because the first case in the first game, I think, was only like 30 minutes. And I think it was around the same in the second game. It might have been a bit longer. This one's like one whole mini case, which I think is really neat. The truth is, Fanny pushed him twice. The first time was in the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. the cable snapping, and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. That, I don't think is true because he died at 3:15. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Fidel Castro is obsessed with dairy, specifically ice cream. I read this account of an assassination attempt to use the milkshakes he had ordered that slipped in poison. Just so happens that somehow the pill with poison somehow frozen could defrost in time to actually poison. It's like a bunch of the assassination attempts I've heard about Castro. It seems like he just kept rolling, like he just kept hitting 20 every single time on the luck roll. But there's a lot of them that seemed like it was literally just like sheer luck. The truth is, the first time the cable snap. This is the one I want to. I'm gonna try and just present this from the get-go because this says 3:15, and I've been hung up on it being 3:15 this entire time. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? The CIA had 600 failed assassination attempts against Castro. It's remarkable. Like I said, like a lot of it came down to. Just seems like it kept rolling D20 and hitting 20 every single time. Like on all those, like on a lot of those attempts. That medicine, that's the one Feeney likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. Actually, that says 3:05. No, that... Hour hand is at... That's not a 3-hour hand, actually. That... 3:05. No, the hour hand's the shorthand, so that shouldn't be that. That should be 1:15. You know, unless I'm... Because that's 12 at the top. That shouldn't be 3:05. Because the minute hand... The minute hand's on the 15, and the hour hand's on the 1, 2-ish. I don't think that wristwatch is right. Unless I'm just seeing it wrong. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye. My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Can I explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. What is this all? This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Miss Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene, there was a window opportunity for the real killer. Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? Let me just do a little bit of that real quick. Account created an hour ago. No, I'm good. I'm good on that. It's finally time. It's the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think there. I don't have a help bar, so. Now I do have a help bar. Who is this real killer? I mean, ever since they showed the newspaper clipping and the fact that, like, I got what he was saying, I knew she did it. Like, she's an actual killer. Like, those, like, it's not helping your case. I mean, it's her. I know it's her. Can only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. How could you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time of the cable broke and the time of electrocution. What exactly were you doing during that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? Find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order. Wait, you don't want to give the bot access to all your logins by accessing a non-shady crypto scan? No, I don't know why. That reminded me, the whole like stealing account thing on the login. I remember my friend of mine, like 2 or 3 years ago on Discord, he got sent a bot link to like a Discord gift, and he like told a couple of us in the group chat like, hey, what is this and all that stuff. And it's like, that's gonna steal all your login information, including your Discord. Don't click on it and log in. It's a scam. And he said, okay. And we found, and then 5 minutes later, we got a DM in that group chat, that same group chat, as well as all our DMs, of the same message that he received, as he just completely ignored. Like, he said, okay, yeah, okay, cool, it's a scam. Like, he acknowledged it was a scam and going to steal all his info, and yet he still went and did it. I don't know what he was like. I don't know what the hell was going on in his mind there. That's the indomitable human spirit for you. That it's definitely, it's something. Indomitable human spirit it's a term he could use. Dumbass is another, especially acknowledging that, like, oh, it's a scam. Cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a scam. There's something that's bad for you, but you do it anyway. He doesn't even have an explanation for why he did it. Because we asked him once he made a new account, why'd you still do it? Like, why did you do it? You knew, you told us all that you knew it was a scam, that you did all this, and he just said, I don't know, I just did. Like, it had to be some intrusive thought or something saying, like, 99.9% chance that it's a scam, but that's a $20 gift right there I can get. All it takes is all my, like, credentials. Because I think it was one of those links you click on, it makes you log into Discord to verify, and it's the fake login site. And I think you had to go in and enter your information still. Like, he had, like, it was more than just, oh, I accidentally clicked on the hyperlink. Because a lot of the, click on the hyperlink, there's only so much it can do in taking. Like, there's only so much it could steal without having more information on you or having something running. But he mainly just logged in. I don't know what. There's very dumb is what I'm gonna leave it at. But Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the 2 men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. I mean, I don't care that she did it. I mean, like, she's guilty, but I don't want her to be ruled as guilty, to be fair. Yeah, it's still not zero. Sometimes you just gotta take that gamble. Just like sometimes in Uma, if I see a banner I like, I'll just throw in a random temple. And like this last banner, I really wanted the Ballroom Sandy Sky, and I always said, screw it, I don't have that much carrots at the moment, but I'll still send a temple. I got 2 of the same. I got 2. I didn't hit the Ballroom Sandy Sky once. I hit it twice on the same temple. He was just going for the same thing. But what if some random person on the internet wants to give me free money? Some people can be charitable. Like, it could just be some dude that's feeling very charitable. Some random dude that made his Discord account, like, about maybe a day ago. Well, not a person. Actually, no, it was a person that he was on his friends list that he has never really talked to. Suddenly felt like giving you money. All you have to do is click on this link and log in the Discord. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, especially ones that you've like barely talked to, that you have added. Like, none of them will take advantage. It wasn't even kindness or ignorance. Like, he just did it, knowing full well that it was. I respect the gambling addict, though. I respect him for it. Like, he took the gamble and he knew he lost, but he knew he was gonna lose, but he still gambled anyway. But anyway, like I was saying, I don't care that she did it, to be honest. Like, she's guilty, but no. Her and Von Karma are probably my top two right now. Like, she's won me over already. Miss Faye. Oh. Hi there, Your Honor. Please, I have something I want to say. The equivalent of trying to hit a 1 on a 200-sided dice. I would say rolling like 5 200-sided dice, and maybe even a bit more than that. Like, the house pretty much told you you're not going to win, and you still pulled the slots anyway. Please strike everything the defense said now from the record. Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Well, the fact that I like her kind of disproves your statement, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Stop white knighting. Yeah, especially, I mean, you just gotta use me as evidence, the fact that she did it. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. I wonder if he knows she did it. That boy, he's got himself way over his head. If she breathes, she's a killer. Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Let me go look at the police report. Where is location? District Courthouse, cafeteria, August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando. Lawyer, suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. It seems like the medicine and the pharmaceutical department, was she getting the pharmaceutical students to make her poison? Better take a good look at it. Details how you came to lose your boy. So that's why she feels the way she does about her saying stuff like that. Hey there, Monk. How's it going? Hope things have been going well. The defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, Your Honor, that is, interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor. Stop doing that it looks so gross. Playing Phoenix's thing, I see. I mean, he's doing something that looks very gross like that. Like, Payne, please stop that. Go ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also try to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. Told you, they should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead. It's so weird. It's gross. It's so gross. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion I would try and frame him is ludicrous. This is just all too much for poor little me to bear. Boy, the girl was trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, on the same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What about? About the events of the day she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could this possibly have to do with it? I also don't like his suit.
Objection!
That suit does not look good on him. The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests she, in fact, had a very good reason. The court grants the defense's request. Would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia. Like I said, she did it, 100%. I do not want to find her. Well, the defendant testify about her OnlyFans. I mean, I don't think she's the type to have one, to be fair. So now, what's her face? Miss May, I think it was April May from the second game. No, first game. Yeah, from the first game in the second case. She definitely probably did. I met my darling Finny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse. Oh, hold up. Did it say a bottle in there? Small bottle. Oh, the poison's in there. And gave it to... Okay. I see now. She put the poison in there. and that's why she gave it to him, and made it a way to hide the evidence, and that's why she kept saying, "Can I like give it back?" and stuff like that. Because now that the case is over, she wants it back. Yeah, no, she definitely did it in a very smart and creative way too. I respect it, Dahlia. Will you go out with me after this? April May struck me as more of a I mean, to be fair, I don't see a difference between the two. I personally don't see a difference between the two. That, like, really. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. Been going on ever since that fateful day. Angel Star, that girl, I definitely. Life's tough and selling lunchboxes don't pay the bill. It seems like she's like making a good bit of money though. She was well paid for a while, and I don't think she would do it personally. I feel like the only other characters you met, I feel like April May is the only one. Real love. I don't want Levy literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again, you'll be held. Yeah, you should hold him in contempt of court for saying that, because I had to say that. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. The reason saying the days of my youth, go get her. Alright, what do we got here? How likely they are, ranking by how likely they are started, OnlyFans, I think it's just April, May. Everyone else I really can't see. Like, they're very low down there. Everybody's a gold digger. Angel Star was Angel Star, she was a player, but I don't think she would like do any of that. First met my darling Phoenix 8 months ago. Well, I don't think she was doing even that. I think she was just getting, like, if she asked for something, she probably had someone that would give it to her. Like saying, hey, like, I need a place to stay. They would not just let her have a room, but they would give her a whole apartment for herself type of thing if she needed. The moment I met, my heart skipped a beat. Been going out ever since that fateful day. I guess I need to press on everything, because there's not really a contradiction there. So in that time you've been dating Doug Swallow. Ain't nobody letting themselves get bossed around by the lunch lady. I mean, they were getting bossed around by the lunch lady is the thing. Like, they were letting her boss her around. Like, she was running a bunch of stuff. And it got me to run a solo key. I mean, I wouldn't personally, like, be added to a very, like, I wouldn't be added to a roster. It would have to be, like, you know, just me. But, you know, if you're into that thing, I could understand it. Let my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my... That is true. You were way too easily influenced, Judge. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. I mean, I feel like I would understand if I was into that thing. To be added to the roster. I just personally wouldn't be added to a roster. It's just gotta be me and her. I would let her boss me around. Maybe she'll look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. I would hope so. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. It's like we were destined to meet in this very... yeah, sure. Courtroom's reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. Is that where we're going with? Oh, wow, you met in the courthouse reading room. What a strange place to meet. You can meet him just like walking down the street. Yeah, she's bossing the stuff in the law system. Is this real life? I mean, if it was real life, I feel like a bunch of stuff also would have been, like, changed real quick. I don't feel like that case... I don't think it would have gone also the way it would have. I mean, I do know for a fact that there are women players. I know that very... I know that very well. Yeah, but I don't know why you're judging... like, where they met the love of your life is a thing to criticize her about. Like you said, like, you can meet her just doing anything. You can go to McDonald's, go inside, and just see the love of your life sitting at the counter eating a, like, McChicken. Like, is that really a strange thing? Like, come on. That's not true, man. After all, Feeny was. He's not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. Art student to lawyer is a very extreme pipeline. It means Mordecai from Regular Show has a chance. No player will act like Angel did in court. But at the same time, not. I feel like she's in a very unique position because, like her background, she was an investigator, like very big in the police department, stuff like that. Like she had a nasty fault, but I think the reason she was like she acted like that was just because of like who she was before everything. No, that's like Phoenix Wright characters in court. That's go look up. I forgot what it is. Rick and Morty did a cover. It's someone versus the state of Georgia. Like they're like there's some real life stuff going on that makes this look normal. Like courts are crazy. I'm trying to remember, actually, what is the name of that case? I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go find that case real quick. Where is this? Rick and Morty, state of Georgia. Yeah, state of Georgia versus Denver, Fenton, Allen. Like, Rick and Morty covered the entire transcript of it, like the, I forgot who the voice was before everything happened. What a great little, like, it honestly a go-to video. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courtroom reading room? To read? She's a literature student, she reads. Actually, my favorite Ace Attorney vid is, in real life lawyer quotes, remain an objection. I haven't seen that many Ace Attorney. The only one I've seen is a like satire on like drawn out about how they keep asking Phoenix to do literally everything. The place of penis defense. I mean, that's what Payne's doing with that thing on his head. Fam, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Miss Wall's case, I have to remember Judge on Dahlia's side. I'm gonna keep pressing. I don't think I've seen that one. I don't remember what it's called, so I don't know. I can't exactly like describe it, but it was like a minute-long clip that someone did of just them voicing everything and just talking about how the judge, and so he says, well, yeah, I know I have evidence that your client didn't do it, but you don't know who the murderer is, and so he's guilty. It was something said in court, by the way. So that entire Fenton versus the state of Georgia thing, that entire, like I said, if you have not seen, like, read the transcript or watched that video that Rick and Morty did, like, voicing it, you should. Like, it's just hilarious. Like, just the fact that someone had to be typing that out the entire time is hilarious to me. I think one conversation between Larry was like, can you confirm you're alive? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Sometimes people are funny. You gotta make sure they're not liars. If they can't answer that they're alive, then, you can't trust the testimony. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on of her testimony. Very well, young lady. I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases the Honor, the answer is simply this. Okay, what were you writing? You're writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern senior poetry and the criminal. That is definitely a connection. You're gonna have to be grasping to make that connection. Sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? No, I've even forgotten what I forgot. Okay, that's just depressing. I mean, I've been forgetting, like, what I've forgotten for as long as I can remember. No pun intended. But I don't think I'm getting old. Was the victim dead before performing the autopsy? A scary thought to know that the answer for at least one victim is probably no. Like, that's a scary, at least there's at least one victim out there where the answer was no. That's a scary thought. Damn, what's the crisis stuff? Yeah. Why did the court really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what we wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, yeah, I forgot the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, so, okay, so I was making sure I read it, so I'm guessing it's that. How could you know? Just because there's... The brain was in a jar next to me. Is that a real thing? That's okay. That the rest of it was the victim dead. How could you know? Because that sounds like something like that one. I know has to be real, like real thing said in court. Because that type of sarcastic answer definitely feels like something that someone says. Like how the hell would you think I knew? But the thing is, like, I'm gonna present this because she came there to. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Don't say that word. Another tragedy. Don't say that word. Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? I think you have a constitutional right to be a dumbass is something that was held in court. Yeah, I think that one is from the... I think that one line actually is from the Fenton versus State of Georgia case. Because I think that's... The judge eventually just got tired of him and just started saying stuff like to him as well. Which, I don't know if the judge got in trouble for what he said at all, but... I do think that was something... He said something along those lines to him, that he does have a right to be a dumbass. The name of the suspect in the incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eyes, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. I mean, he wasn't wrong. Like, you do have a constitutional right to be a dumbass. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Yeah, and she did it then, too. Like, I'm personally, like, you know, she's guilty, but I don't think she should be sentenced. In fact, you know, I feel like me and her should be going out after this. Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me, go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, police expressed some interest in me. Express some interest? Yeah, because you're a prime suspect. Walk in, stop flirting. Listen, I'm gonna prove her. Like, listen, I knew she did it the moment, like... Once I got, like, this newspaper clipping and saw this about, or questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Once I saw this, I'm like, oh, she most likely did it. The moment I saw her herself, like fully, like in a photo that when Phoenix Wright was busy talking about her, I knew instantly that she did it because she instantly skyrocketed to being like her and Von Karma are like tied for #1 right now. But that also means that even more so, she probably did it. Like, I know my own taste. And so I just knew instantly. Like, you don't give me that newspaper clipping. You don't give me that. I probably still think that she did it the moment I like looked at her, like fully. Because all I had beforehand was this profile, and I wasn't able to get a good look. Did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. Let's see. I tied the two crimes together. Now I just gotta stay on the offensive. The court cannot make the defendant get a haircut. I wonder if there ever is a thing that where you legally have to go get a haircut. I wonder if there is just some way that could happen. It really lit a fire in my heart, man. Oh, that sounds like... Don't tell me that. Don't tell me I lit a fire there. I can only tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Can they make you cut your hair in jail legally? I don't know. I really don't know anything about, like, how that works in prison. Because I know in the military they force you to do it, but military you're kind of signing a contract anyway to say my life is yours for the next 4 years. And so that I guess jail, yeah, they could, because you're pretty much given, I mean, technically, what amendment is it? Technically by the 13th, if you're in the United States, you could still be a slave in prison. But I imagine all but probably minimal security probably do make you get a haircut. Only way I can imagine that playing as the accused had some sort of significant mark on their head they're trying to hide using their hair. It would be a smart tactic to grow out your hair to hide the mark. If you got like a birthmark that would identify you there, a better way to do it would be just to like put on like makeup and block out that spot and be bald. And then say like, hey, it couldn't have been me. Look, I got this spot. Like, I think that's how they got, I think that's how they prove a connection between, I think Aaron Hernandez and a couple of his murders was like tattoos that he had like on it. I don't think it was like near his hair, but I think it was like, I think it was on his, it was facial tattoos that directly connected to it. Like in a way of just pretty much plainly saying he did it. I also don't want to hear about this dude's inflamed hemorrhoids. Met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I feel like, well, you would be able to withhold it. Like, you would be able to, you would be in contempt of court if you don't do it. Like, you would not be forced to do it in terms of, like, we will not grab a pair, like, because I don't know if you can even do a warrant for a haircut. But you'd be held in contempt. Because they could ask you to do something. If they have, like, good reason to make you do something, yeah, you could refuse. Like, you're, if you have, like, I think it's if you have a password on your phone, and you withhold that password, and they have probable cause and all that stuff, I think you could still refuse it, but you'd be held in contempt at a certain point. How old was your 20-year-old son? That's a good question. You know, my 20-year-old son, I can't remember his age exactly. On my seat for just a moment, that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal in just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I don't even know where to get a poison like that. The pharmaceutical, like, students. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you heard from the witness testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just running out of tricks. Terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. I'll be sure to show them before the end of this cross-examination. Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Probably because he's here. I have your 3 daughters and 1 son. How many girls do you have? No. If 3 out of 4 are daughters. Now, that's I'm not the best of math there on figuring out, you know. 3 out of the 4 are daughters. I don't know. It's tough. I'm trying. Where's. I met the lawyer who was poisoned. I left my seat for just a moment. That's what happened. I think you would know where to get. I think I know where you would have gotten. I just don't have any. Let me press on this because I do think you do know where to get it. Where do the basement stairs go to? Oh, I thought you said where the basement stairs go. Like at first, I thought it was like that one Ed and Eddie like scene where Ed Ed was grounded, so they took away his stairs because no one could show you how he got the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right. I think we all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. The reason she was never arrested was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. All I have to do is find a way to his. Oh, I know how she got it. Hold up. Cause you got it from him. How far apart were the vehicles at the time of collision? Were you gone until you returned? I feel like I've heard. At least at some point someone asking that in seriousness. How far apart were the vehicles at the time of the collision? You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. You mean the victim Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. If you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, Seems you had access to a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. One person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You. Okay, but I mean, again, she did it. I know that for a fact. I just don't. I personally, rest in peace to him and Dub, but like, I think she shouldn't be sentenced. Your Honor, isn't it true that when a person dies in their sleep, they don't know about it until the next morning? How can you wake up dead? You know, you just gotta pull a Cotton Hill where you, like in King of the Hill, where he goes in and out of death for a bit. Can you, like, go to sleep then and wake up alive? I guess technically, yeah, if you're, like... I feel like you can go to sleep then and wake up alive if you fall asleep, have a heart attack, your heart stops, but you're resuscitated. Because you technically went to sleep for a bit, because you were dead. So, you know, I think technically you can do that one. Can I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you need some kind of container. Oh, and I know, it's that necklace. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. For saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Oh, proof? Oh no, I have to actually show proof to me accusing her of murder? Alright, I gotta provide some evidence. I do have it, it's a necklace. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia in the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're gonna accuse the young lady of committing murder... Oh, yeah. It's right here. I remember watching a documentary about this one Swedish musician who slept in a coffin because he considered every day his funeral. Next morning, boom, you're woken up from the afterlife. I feel like that has to be, like, whoever that documentary is of, I feel like that has to be performative. That's one of those things I think has to be performative. Oddly inspiring. Inspiring is a word you could use. I would find it, like, it's not morbid is the right word. It's like, I don't know the right word to say it, but like going to sleep dead and woken up from the afterlife. It's not morbid, it's not tempting fate. It's one of those things that I don't know how to describe the feeling properly, but it's one thing I would not want to do. Just because it feels like I said, tempting fate's the wrong word, but I think it might be the closest. Like it's I don't know how to describe it, like I said. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Not really. The guy was like that. He made 2 life-size puppets of his wife and daughter after divorce and losing custody. Okay, so he just had some things going on, it seems. He just had some things going on. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness' accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this really a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does this mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th, the same day as the poisoning incident. Yeah, like right there is where I knew, like, when I saw her, she skyrocketed up with Von Karma, and instantly I knew she definitely killed someone. Like, I still find it funny, I made a joke that they're like a pair of murderers and like, got it right, just not in the way I expected it. On the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. Those people, the whole punk rock, whatever you call that, Gracie Metal is not just a career, but a whole lifestyle. I mean... like... I get it in a lot of cases. I feel like like I said, the whole coffin sleeping, it seems that one might be a little bit more out there than I think, because I love punk rock. I would not sleep in a coffin. I have like, how should I word this right? I have made punk rock music as well, but I would not be doing that. I love punk rock music. I would not be doing that. I think he was just very out there. Yeah, a man who sleeps in a coffin is found dead, just waiting to be trimmed to a headline. I mean, yeah, it just writes itself. Are you saying that there's a deadly poison in here? Why don't you drink it and find out? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. But it's been, I mean, it's only been 8 months. It might be, actually. Order in the court. Hi there, Phoenix. Baffet Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like she's trying to frame me for murder. Well, she's trying to save you, and frame. It's weird. Like, she was trying to make sure you didn't get in trouble. I don't know how she feels about you. I don't know. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like... that is just a mean question. Well, I guess you must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. Because of that necklace. She was not and is not madly in love with you. Like that... Her asking, why would Dahlia fall in love with a man like you is such that... I'd be crushed in the witness stand right now if I was asked that by a lawyer in a court. Like, I'd be crushed, period. But especially if it's here. Jency complained about housing while buying overpriced other toys right itself. That would go hard with the boomers. What boo-boo? I don't know. Labubu toys. I'm scared to Google that and figure out what that is. The only thing she's after is that ball necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. You never thought to give it back? What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia, that necklace is irrefutable evidence for her crime. That's why she absolutely had his. I mean, to be fair, his naivety, it did help her put this case away. But you're lying. But you never give it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insist on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she. I don't believe you. It's a lie. Afraid don't know. They're shitty toys that people want. Ballistic over because TikTok influencers and seems to have them. Oh, wait. Did he go after Phoenix? Like, with the wait for a second. But, like, it is strange what people buy just because, you know, some people on TikTok got paid to, like, you know, to tell people to go get it. Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh, no. What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. That's terrible. Must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Glorified $30 keychains, by the way. Are they like the acrylic keychains, or are they like actual, like, just even cheaper than that stuff? This sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. Afraid that your apology is not enough? Mr. Wright, what'd you do with that bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. Just give back the necklace. That was glass. Phoenix, that was glass. In a lot, like, if the poison doesn't kill you, the rest of it will. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I'd shoot it in the little bits, but... What is he doing now? Your Honor, you gotta stop this trial. Mr. Wright, is your stomach... Maybe it was all plastic. He's just doing the whole thing I talked about before. I think whenever I was playing Star Sand Island, where you have to eat small bits of plastic to, like, get immunity. Like, you eat macroplastics to get immunities to the microplastics. Like, he's just doing that. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, the bottle did not contain a deadly poison. You can be so sure. Yeah, it's obvious. You can see the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more likely a flushing defense attorney overactive imagination. Everyone complains about microplastics. He's not dealing with regular sized pieces of plastic. Yeah, you know, he went from getting the plastics on the outside of water bottles to eating a Lego brick. Also, a deadly poison, like, you could have small bits of stuff that would kill you. Like, mercury is in, like, fish. I could technically get small bits of mercury eating salmon. However, if I just drank straight raw mercury, I would die. There must be some mistake. The bottle must not have any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney could do, and it's heartwarming that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for the prosecution side too. For example, I could okay, I would trust her with my life, and you shouldn't probably do that, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would do it, you probably shouldn't. But I could say that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. Don't call me a beginner. I've been through 2 games. But in court, evidence is everything. Even after I proved so much, is she gonna get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I'd like to proceed. Mr. Wright, I totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. Now you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. What are you trying to say? Something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. What? Like, Doug there looks like a 40-year-old man. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Oh, I guess she was trying to poison him? Is what is going on? Whatever Chinese sweatshops was charging making the Labubu's, they probably costed $3 to make them or sell them for $25 because they knew people would buy them. Oh, the margins on something cheap like that have to be insane. The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl was a thief. I mean, he wasn't a thief. I would say more like killer, but to each their own. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... Oh, that boy flew. That wasn't even a show. I mean, to be fair, Phoenix is he's a built dude, at least like later on. I don't know so much now, because that's one big sweater he's wearing. I still want to know what that shirt, like why he's wearing that. Sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is the defendant is Miss Faye. You tell him. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. She did do it. Stole some poison 8 months ago. Put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony. There's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dolly Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? I mean, he has self-confidence. He loves himself so much he did like wearing it on his shirt. Actually, her motive was to kill someone. Miss Faye. I mean, she was probably trying to kill him. I mean, think carefully. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back there for. Exactly who? Phoenix. She was gonna poison him using the cold medicine. That's why he took probably the cold medicine from Phoenix. That person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? No, this is Phoenix. Level 1 Croat before his law training arc. I mean, that is one big hoodie then. For all this, Duck Swallow was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was playing the poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. I cannot tell if my nose is bleeding or not. Poor Mr. Wright, this must be kill. Okay, now's not the time for your puns, Mia. Hang in there, I'll bring her justice, I swear it. Phoenix is 5'9". We could probably. Okay, you say we. Like, he has a good bit of height on me. Like, you say we, it is y'all, not like I am not part of that. Like that is a lot. Like, he has a huge height advantage. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, that bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. Even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, she could only think of one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. Can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time, but there's one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. Oh, all of us in the USA? Oh, okay, all of us in the USA. Oh, then, yeah, y'all can take care of it. That sounds like work at that point. That sounds like too much work for me at that point. Like, I'm fine just chilling and, watching him finish his training arc. Y'all could jump him, just take his shoes and his wallet. I mean, he probably doesn't have that much money after Gumshoe and mine. All of them have ran through it already. Maybe be able to find stuff, go break into the law firm. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He would show it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true. I really do feel bad for Phoenix here. Like, if he didn't know, he didn't know, but Phoenix, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count? Okay, that's just mean. I have told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Appears that we're near the end of this trial. Fine, I could tell you plan on making me a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. See about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client is eating the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss what happened to you? You're really that shocked. You prefer me this way, Judge. One of my favorite replies when someone involves me in something that didn't agree on is we, since when are you speaking French? I mean, I'm gonna steal that one, to be honest. I'm gonna steal that one. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Nasty old hag to finish up already. Can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing about any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. You'd be forced to take off your attorney badge forever, I'm afraid. Oh, look, I have it, I do like that they also changed the attorney badge description for it. No. I wonder if Phoenix ever thought that Dahlia was really too good for him. I mean, he seems a bit naive. I mean, there's no, he probably did think that Dahlia was too good for him, but not in a way of, is she using me type of thing, but more, I am so lucky to have someone like her. Better think it over carefully, Miss Faye, or should I call you Miss Gray? I mean, you're calling her like a... Oh, I can't see how old she is here. Can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather whiz my attorney badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, defense will like to present proof. Stupid woman. Is the In the court, there's already been enough discussion, therefore only allow one piece of evidence to be presented. If you're unable to establish your guilt, then I'm afraid a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Miss... Oh, jeez. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's paper. I've been becoming lawyer opponents to her before she gets the chance to soar. If that's the case, then the poison is probably in there. Well, I mean, I got a lot of bars to deal with. You know, I could fail once, but I believe it is. Here's the evidence I'll prove her guilt once and for all. Phoenix, I mean, that's, yeah, that would be why, like, he grabbed it. Just our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold. If I did, I wouldn't take this medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. Remember what the defendant said in testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of that accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle called Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim Doug swallowed that was holding the medicine. I'd like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone else she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. That's right, she did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle code Killer X. That must be crushing to find out in real life. The titanium pool being funny, never liked you were just using you for a purpose. I mean, that... Yeah. Like, I mean, the purpose was to, you know... I mean, I do wonder if Dahlia would have still, like, stayed with him if he would have given back the bottle because she couldn't do it. Or at least how much longer would she have stayed for? Because she wouldn't be like, okay, gave me it, we're done now, bye. Because then that's even more... That's suspicious still. I feel like she seems smart enough to do it in a very natural way. I feel like she would have gone out for, I think, a couple of months after. But she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about in the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used a severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Because she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. And that would be how Doug Swallow got it, because they didn't say he took it from her. And so... I know she did it, but, like, you know, I feel like we could just not sentence her. A stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? That's exactly right, it's just pure desperation. Let's go test the medicine. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate the necklace of yours, right? I searched her to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. What if she does? What if she's willing to take? Oh. Do you think you... Yeah, I mean, I do think I've won. I didn't want to, but... That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You know, we'll meet again. I'm certain of it. Well, that she's dead in the future, so... Well, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Or... Oh, yes. I'm gonna spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. You're going away for life. You killed multiple people. Like, you're going for life. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claims. Your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. I believe one word, that is rookie lawyer. This is why you have never won a case. You're not a good lawyer. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Would you care to try this cold medicine? Just earlier, I could have sworn he said. There, it's alright. I would trust the witness of my very life. And her ass getting probation. Probation, I would feel like if she did it once, it'd be probation. Twice, she'll probably get 20. Like, she'll probably get life with parole after 20 years. Or 10, maybe 10 years. I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? Well, you see, and here comes the bat battle. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how... See, I'm glad you're, like, talking back to him like this. Like, not even, like, trying to be subtle about it. Like, he's been an ass. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah. My hair is flying off, my beautiful... I'm glad that they established a canon reason for him losing all that hair. Like, we now have, like... That's why he goes after Phoenix so much, is he misses hair. Yes, Your Honor, I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye, was it just me, or did you and Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne? It appears that Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? I feel he got a cold. He just found out, like, he was going to get murdered. Dahlia never loved him. Like that. Phoenix has to be going through it. Well, I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright. Never lost. Never lost. Well, I mean, I think we lost before, but we never lost. Court is adjourned. You were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount... Why do you keep talking about your hemorrhoids? Phoenix digestive tract must be going... Oh, yeah. He's going to... Like, that cold is going to be the least of his problems soon. Could you... Yeah, thank you for bringing it up. Can you please stop talking about your hemorrhoids? It's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think... What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thank you. No, I was thinking, go on. The Dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was that. I think that was the real her. The Dolly I knew could never say those kind of terrible things. Maybe she's like, I don't know, a fake or something. Was that the nose you broke when you were younger? I'm a bit lost. I feel like something just went over my head. I don't know if it was something I said that I forgot or something in, like, game that went over my head. Like, and I feel like something went over my head here. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a little more. Try to grow up a little. But... out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? I mean, I still want to know what that... What, does he still wear that when he's not in his suit? Like, for work and all that? Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, I should be able to save him in time. Technically, since the human body replaces its own cell so often, it really is not the same those you broke 7 years ago. I mean, I guess it's like the one whole ship of I forgot the ship of something. It starts with a TH. Like, is it, if you keep replacing the ship, is it really the same ship? Are you really you? Like, if at this point, everything from 7 years ago is now gone. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I don't know why it sometimes just skips over like that last bit right there. Like, some text just skips right over. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I become a lawyer like planned and managed to save my friend, but Mia has passed on to a better place and now possesses both Pearl and Maya. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. probably also a very, like, painful, like, time, like, as that neck was digested. Ship of Theseus. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And memories I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now, but even so, I could hear her in my mind. No matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, greatest weapon is your belief. I wonder if the court record changed. Okay, it's still, like, the same, like, stuff. I thought it was going to be us being Phoenix now. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. That is a story for another day. Sharing about memories, episode 1 over. I am honestly, what a pair of goggles there. I'm glad Pearl looks to be back. Looking at the bottom left there, like I'm glad Pearl, like it looks like Pearl's here. I honestly thought this was going to be like a bit quicker for the first like episode. I thought it was gonna be like the last ones because I was planning on doing like part 1 as well as like a good bit of part 2, if not all of it. If it was just, I thought it was gonna be like just about an hour of stuff. I did not expect it to be a full 3-hour case, to be honest. Ship of Theseus is hard to argue for humans because what actually makes you is your brain, your thoughts, your feelings, and such can't be simply replaced by simply growing new cells. I mean, then you also get, I guess it would be like, is it the same body? Is the thing. Is it the same body you had 7 years ago? More so than are you the same person? But I do think I'm going to call it here. That way I could just have an even split for all episodes because I would only get like a tiny bit into episode 2. Like I'd probably only get like an hour-ish in. And so, I want to make sure I have like a clean split for all of them. I'll be doing episode 2 on like probably like, I think I have it scheduled for Friday. And so I feel like you could do a case per stream. That sounds about right. Yeah. I imagine I would just have to prepare for the last one to be a bit longer. If I had to guess, every episode should probably be, if that was the first one and that's 3 hours, I'm guessing it's probably going to be 4 to 6. So you'll probably do one a stream. Take care, man. Get some sleep. Honestly, I'm probably going to, I'm probably not going to be sleeping for a while. There's a good chance I might be playing just more Deadlock. I'm going to go lay down for just a bit because I've been standing for like 3 hours straight. And then I'm going to be watching, make sure the VOD is right. Then there's a good chance I'm going to be playing Deadlock. And then might just stream it on, Funny Purple site. Not like dual stream, but just the Funny Purple site, depending on how I'm feeling. But anyway, I do hope y'all have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your night, whatever it may be. And until the